man. Everybody know his ground game, you know. Everybody talking, you know. Everybody say, I'm gonna knock him out, Islam. I'm gonna do some beat Islam. But when fights beginning, they all forgot what they say.
Right.
When he have good opponents, he just lose. That's it. When he have Shavkat, if he talk too much, just look at your fight. That guy beat you 4 rounds. That's it.
Earlier today, Ian said that he beat Shavkat for 24 minutes. Was it right? Yeah. Oh, Carlos, excuse me.
He just Carlos.
Yeah, sorry.
He can beat Carlos, but he can beat everyone. But I'm not same like that guys. I'm different.
Do you agree with? I saw your manager say this. Do you agree that Ian is going to run from you throughout the fight?
Sure, he have same style or every fight. He just run back and he just working for the point. I don't remember when he finished someone last time. Yeah, I think he's good person, good guy, but he act like he's like bad boy, something like this. But I tell in the interview also, we'll make him humble, we'll make him good guy.
He'll take low shots, singles, doubles. Islam's trying to body lock, trip, clinch a lot. Not saying that Islam won't shoot low shots, but it's just a different style. I think the top pressure is similar, but Islam will take more chances going for submissions, giving up position.
If I go out there and I scalp him in 2 minutes, do you want to see me fight him again straight away? Do you know what I mean? That's just the way it is. If we have a back and forth war like he had with Volkanovski, then it probably would warrant a rematch. But also, there's many other challenges here that are exciting at the same time. So let's get through Saturday night. Let's get the win, and then we'll see in what fashion I get the victory and if there's a rematch on the cards. But I wouldn't be against it. I think he's earned enough to do it. But let's get through Saturday night first. I just kind of felt like yesterday he didn't want to be there. He didn't want to be at the face-off. I sensed a little bit of like nervous energy from him, but
you talked about how this is pretty black and white, striker versus grappler, maybe the most extreme example of that in UFC history. But if he does bring it to the areas that he's good at, to the ground, how comfortable are you dealing with that? And also, do you feel like you still, after all these years, don't get enough credit for your grappling?
Grab my leg and find out.
This guy make too much interview, and every interview he looks very bad. He says some stupid things every interview.
There have been some.
It look like some of the people tell him what to say. That's why he has to be like real. He have to be real and just say what he think.
Do you believe that he is one of the better strikers that you will face?
No, I don't think he's the highest striker who I meet. But he also is a good striker.
Islam Makhachev has heard enough, and now the champion is sending Ian Garry a brutal warning. UFC 330 is just days away, and the tension is reaching another level. Garry believes his size, movement and striking can create a nightmare for Islam, but Makhachev sounds completely unfazed. He knows exactly what he wants to do once that cage door closes, and his message is impossible to ignore. You're not ready. Is Garry about to discover why Islam remains one of the most dangerous fighters alive?
And when you're looking at your opponent, what do you think will be your biggest challenge going against him?
No, it's not gonna be my biggest challenge. He just good, I give him respect. He have good skills, but everybody knows my game, and we'll see how he prepare for that.
Come on, Savannah.
3, 2, 1, face off. Face forward, please, guys. Perfect.
Thanks, boys.
Thank you, guys.
All right, good. We're moving. Let's go.
Islam may be the champion, but even Daniel Cormier sees a serious problem waiting for him. Ian Garry is taller, faster, constantly moving. And unlike many of Islam's previous opponents, he may refuse to stand where Islam wants him. But here's where things get interesting. Garry isn't coming in just to survive. He believes he can force Islam into an uncomfortable fight and take the belt. And that confidence becomes even clearer when Garry explains exactly what he believes he can do inside the octagon.
And I think that Islam's team would be smart enough to understand that this is going to be a very difficult fight, or has the potential to be a very difficult fight. Because through it all, right, Garry is a very big guy for the weight class, very tall, very agile, and can move around for 25 minutes if need be, which could cause issues for Islam. He'll be a shorter fighter in the octagon this time, and Garry won't be stationary standing in front of him. It is a very hard fight. Now, when you hear a guy speak about wanting to do something at a certain time, and you tell them, well, all you're going to do is run, you try to make that man fight you not in the style. I don't think that Garry's dumb enough to fall for that. I think he's going to fight with his game plan from the very start to try and wrest that belt from Makhachev.
But Garry isn't intimidated. He respects Islam's dominance, yet believes he has the tools to survive everything the champion throws at him. And now he's revealing exactly why he thinks this fight will be different.
The highest level of MMA fights against the toughest opponents. When I step into this octagon against Islam Makhachev, I'm going to prove to the world why Machado is truly great. I've never been submitted. I've never been knocked out. I know what I'm capable of. And Islam Makhachev is amazing at what he does. But I know I'm able to handle everything he has to throw. I know that. And I know how good he is. I respect him as a fighter so much. I've seen his dominance. I have seen his dissection of people. It's beautiful to watch. I know I'm able to do it.
Ian Garry says he can handle everything Islam brings. But Islam Makhachev has a completely different vision for this fight. He isn't talking about surviving 5 rounds, winning a decision, or simply defending his title. He believes he can finish Garry, and not just once. Islam is now comfortable at welterweight, physically stronger, and convinced this version of himself is far more dangerous. And when he says what he expects to do to Garry, the message becomes impossible to misunderstand.
I see I can finish him like every round. I saw his couple interview. Honestly, he looks very bad in this interview. Better for him training more and do less interviewing.
This is back to you now. I mean, obviously, this is your second camp at welterweight, right? And I know you said the first time, like, adding on the weight and everything was a challenge. It's been like a year since then. How much more comfortable do you feel for a welterweight fight this time compared to last time?
Yeah, now I feel more comfortable, honestly. The first camp so hard. I just try to gain weight, do a lot of lifting program. But this camp, I stay in the same weight. I'm not like go down. Now I'm like real welterweight. And this camp, I think, is more easy. But it's not, you cannot say this easy, but because we're not lifting much.
Yeah, how much, like, looking back at your performance against Jack, how much better do you think you'll be in this fight?
Honestly, I watched the fight with Jack. I don't like this fight, because I want to be just double champ. I just fighting like, just for the win, I don't do some things to finish Jack, because I understood I win every round and just want to take the second belt. But if this like regular fight, if we fight second times, I see I can finish him like every round.
Garry has been chasing this moment for a long time. He says he wants the title, wants Islam specifically, and believes beating the champion is what will prove he's truly the best. But wanting the fight is one thing, stopping Islam's wrestling is another. And Garry believes that's exactly where he has an advantage.
I want to earn that world title. I want to fight Islam. I want to beat the best in the world to prove I'm the best. And I'm training. I'm staying fit. I'm doing everything I possibly can. I'm eating the right foods. I'm doing all the right things. But then it's just getting extended and prolonged.
And this is where Garry's confidence gets interesting. He isn't planning to simply avoid Islam. He wants to frustrate him, stop the takedowns, and punish him in between. He's pointing directly to his previous performances as proof that Islam may not be able to control him the way he controls everyone else.
Takedowns, not allowing them to have that success, not allowing them to get their momentum flowing, and irritate and frustrate and punch them in between, and find every way possible to prevent them from having success and allow me to shine. Look at the Shavkat fight, right? I stopped, between Shavkat and Bilal, I stopped 15 of 17 takedowns. I've been unbelievably elite at stopping people getting me down.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been submitted. I've never been knocked out. I know what I'm capable of. And Islam Makhachev is amazing at what he does. But I know I'm able to handle everything as thrown. I know that. And I know how good he is. I respect him as a fighter so much. I've seen his dominance. I have seen his dissection of people. It's beautiful to watch. I know I'm able to do it different.
But Garry has another argument, and this one could become a major storyline heading into UFC 330. He believes the level of competition he has faced recently is more dangerous than the opponents Islam has dealt with. And when he starts naming those fighters, he makes a bold comparison that could seriously challenge the champion's resume.
The people we've fought. So if you look at my last 5 opponents versus Islam's last 5 opponents, in my opinion, it's not a discussion who's more difficult. When you look at who I fought, Bilal Muhammad, Shavkat Rakhmonov, Carlos Prates, MVP, those 4 are 4 of the trickiest fighters on the planet. All of them present real danger. When you look at JDM, Renato Moicano, Dustin Poirier, and the other 4th one, I think, was Volkanovski, if I'm correct.
I believe so, yeah.
As much as Volkanovski is a legend of the sport and Dustin Poirier is a legend of the sport, they're not as dangerous as the guys I've just mentioned. Not only that, every single one of them is bigger, longer. Shavkat was 18-0 and 18 finishes when I fought him. He had like 10 knockouts and 8 submissions. Carlos Prates had an 11-fight win streak by knockouts when I fought him. I've been fighting the highest level of MMA fights against the toughest opponents. When I step into this octagon against Islam Makhachev, I'm going to prove to the world why I'm a shadow.
Garry may believe he has the perfect formula, but there's a reason Islam remains such a massive favorite. Arman Tsarukyan has seen firsthand how difficult Islam is to deal with and says the champion is now operating at his absolute peak. And according to Arman, this version of Islam isn't just better. He's a completely different beast.
Easy, I don't know. Islam right now, on his prime. That's crazy. How he feels distance, how he strives, how he's calm. And you see, he does he moves so good. He doesn't spend like energy, He just shoot on the right time, punch on the right time, and take him down so easy. Islam is a beast right now.
Yeah, he's
a real. Yeah, he's a real pound for pound.
And now the prediction gets even more serious. Tom Aspinall believes this could be a fight between the 2 best welterweights in the division. But when it comes down to picking a winner, his confidence in Islam is clear. The question is, can Ian Garry become the first man to prove these predictions wrong?
Wouldn't be that surprised. These are the 2 best guys in welterweight division, and I think it's a tough fight. But again, we're talking about Islam Makhachev. He's getting a little bit older now, but he's still in his prime. Seen multiple guys say how strong he is. Once he gets older, guys, they don't seem to be able to escape. I can't think at any point that Islam is going to lose. Islam Makhachev.
But Islam isn't the only one getting the edge from an elite champion. Georges St-Pierre sees exactly why Garry is dangerous. His length, striking and grappling could create problems. Yet there's one thing Garry absolutely must do if he wants to pull off the upset. Keep Islam away from his strongest weapon.
Someone gave you $10,000 right now to bet on that fight. Where are you putting it?
I think the odds
because of the style favors Makhachev probably. You know, stylistically, he's a freaking nightmare to fight for anyone. He's, I think, right now the best pound for pound on the planet. But Ian Garry definitely has all the chance also on his side to do it. He's a very good striker. He's very long. He's great grappler as well. But he need, I think, to find a way to keep the fight standing, you know, like, and to use his style to his own advantage.
And now everything comes down to one question. Can Ian Garry actually stop Islam Makhachev from taking control? Garry has made it clear that he doesn't fear Islam's wrestling. He believes his size, movement, striking, takedown defense, and recent level of competition have prepared him for this exact moment. He isn't entering UFC 330 simply hoping to survive 5 rounds. He believes he can expose a weakness in the champion and prove that he belongs at the very top. But on the other side stands Islam Makhachev, a fighter who continues to make elite opponents look ordinary. Tom Aspinall sees Islam as a nightmare matchup. Arman Tsarukyan believes Islam is operating at his absolute peak. And Islam himself sounds convinced that Garry has no idea what is waiting for him once that cage closes. That's what makes this fight so dangerous. If Garry keeps the distance, stops the early takedowns, and forces Islam into a striking battle, we could be looking at one of the biggest surprises of UFC 330. But if Islam gets his hands on Garry and establishes control early, the entire game plan could collapse. One champion, one undefeated challenger, one night to prove who was right.